Guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. For today's video, I wanted to try out all products that Swiss Beauty Craze has to offer and try them out with you guys. So you will be seeing my first impressions on everything that this range has to offer. Craze is a range of products by Swiss Beauty that's more fun, fresh, playful, more Gen Z-ish of sorts. And they have quite a few interesting products, so I was very excited to try them out and they're pretty affordable as well. I did end up creating this whole look with the products that Swiss Beauty Craze has to offer. So if you want to know this look or my first impressions on all of the products, then please keep on watching. Alrighty, I'm starting off with a nice clean slate. I've done my skincare, so I'll move on to the primer next, and I have my Swiss Beauty Craze primer with me right here. Now this one retails for rupees 3.99 and it comes in a glass jar that I really like. This says it has moringa seed oil and japonica seed oil in here, so that's very interesting. So let's see what the texture of this one looks like. I haven't tried anything yet, so I'm pumping it out for the first time with you guys. Like you can see, okay, it has quite a thick silicone oil-like texture. Hopefully you guys can see that. So let me just quickly get a feeler for it as well. It definitely feels silicone-y, that I can say for sure. So I'm just going to start by applying it on the centers of my face where I have the most pores, and then I'm going to work it out. It does have a nice mellow fragrance to it as well. I hope this does not pill even on like massaging it in, because I do feel like it also has like a slightly oily feel to it, even though there are for sure silicones in there. So I'm just going to be priming underneath and over my eyes as well, because I like to just spread my primer everywhere nicely and evenly. I honestly feel my skin is looking slightly smoother and it feels slightly soft as well, but it's nothing too revolutionary. It's honestly like any other silicone primer available in the market. So at the end of the day, your budget and your packaging preference would really make up if you want to buy this product or not. So let's move on to the next product, which is their Tinted Lip Balm. I have the shade Coral Pink with me right here, and this retails for rupees 1.99. And I'm going to be putting this all over my lips. My lips right now are extremely dry and chappy because I did not intentionally moisturize my lips, because I wanted to see how well will this moisturize my lips. So I'm just going to be applying it. Ooh, that goes on really smoothly and softly. And I like the color as well. It's a nice vibrant color and it feels so smooth on the lips. Hopefully the moisturization stays. I will be giving you guys an update towards the end of the video, but as for the first impressions, love it. Now it's time to try out the lip and cheek macaroons, or the lip and cheek tints. I have two shades with me right here. This one is called Pink Jelly and this one is called Apple Pie. These retail for rupees 2.99 each and they look really cute. They actually remind me a lot of Tarte 28 lip and cheek tints. That's how they come in as well. So I'm going to be swatching these first because I have not swatched them yet, and then we'll be making up our mind which shade we want to go ahead with. So I have the shade Pink Jelly with me right here. So in goes our first swipe. Oh, that feels smooth. Wow, the pigmentation is really nice. Let me swatch it right here for you guys. This is what Pink Jelly looks like. Even though I can see this as a great shade for my cheeks, for my lips, I'm not really sure how this will fare. But mostly I end up using my lip and cheek tints just as a cheek tint and not mostly as a lip tint. Like that's how it majorly goes for me. So let's move on to the next shade, which is Apple Pie, which I feel like even if I want to use that as a lip tint, might fare a little better for me. I'm struggling with opening the packaging a little bit because of my nails. I don't think that has anything to do with the packaging, but with the length of my nails. So I'm just gonna try, and okay, this is slightly more difficult and challenging than I imagined it to be. I finally have the shade Apple Pie with me right here, so let's dip into it. The texture honestly feels really nice and lovely. I'm gonna swatch it for you guys right here. Wow, that looks so beautiful. So beautiful. But again, I'm not sure how these would fare on my lips. I feel like these might wash me out a lot. As for my cheeks, I feel like I want to go in with Apple Pie. This has more of a peachy undertone, which is something I really like for my blushes. This has a more cool undertone. Pink Jelly has a more cool undertone, and I don't really mind that, but I just like a peachy undertone a little better. So I'm going to apply it underneath my foundation as well to see how it goes, because I do have a blusher that I want to apply over on top of my foundation. So I'm just going to go on my cheek. And these are really pigmented, so you want to be careful with them, but they blend out like a dream. You saw how quickly that blended out. That was so quick and easy. Let me just try on the other side as well. So I've applied a little bit of that, and then I'm just massaging this in of sorts. I'm not even like really trying too hard, but it's blending out really nicely and they're not patchy at all. Wow, this is so beautiful. The texture is honestly really nice. And obviously, your skin prep also matters in this situation. If you've not prepped up your skin and if you have dry patches, then it would cling on. But this looks so nice, and especially with that lip balm as well. I feel like I can go out just like this because I love this tinted look that has been going on. But yeah, these look so pretty. If you're someone who just likes like a nice cheek tint, you can definitely go for this one. I'm gonna build this up slightly more because I feel like I can. But yeah, I'm just building this up slightly more. If you're someone who's obsessed with cheek tints, definitely check these out. These are very, very affordable as well. They look pretty chic and the shade is very, very pretty and it goes on so beautifully on the skin as well. We are 3 products down and we have 4 more to go, but all of those will go on top of my base. So with the power of editing, I'm going to quickly get my base on. My base is done and a little bit of blush is still peeking through, which I really, really like, and the lip balm is quite intact as well. So I'm now going to move on to their matte blush, which comes in their eyeshadow and blusher palette right here. Now this one retails rupees 349 and I really like the packaging. It looks quite chic and nice. So let me open it up and show it to you guys what it looks like. So you have a quad right here, which has beautiful colors in here. Very Charlotte Tilbury color theme going on, I have to say. And then you flip it up and you have the blusher right here. Now this looks like a cool tone blush. So let me first give you a swatch. It's a huge pan though. It's a huge blush pan. And this is what the blusher looks like. Yes, it does have a little bit of cool tone in there and it feels slightly on the chalkier side just by first impressions. Like it does not feel the most smoothest powder in there. It does have a little bit of chalky consistency to it. So let's try it out. I have my blush brush right here, which is a nice fluffy brush. So I'm just going to swirl it in there and you do get a lot of powder in here and there is some kickback. So I'm going to just tap off the excess because this does seem slightly pigmented, and I'm going to just place it on my cheeks right here. Okay, this is not exactly going how I would want it to go. Like it's clinging onto my foundation even though I have powdered, so it shouldn't ideally do that. Let me try another method of application because I don't want to judge it too quickly. So I'm just going to take a very, very tiny amount, just one, and that's it. And now I'm just going to start tapping this in rather than just placing it down like I generally do with my blushes. Okay, this seems to be working similarly-ish because you can see it's going slightly patchy. So I'm going to take one more and I'm just going to dab, dab, dab. I feel like this application method is slightly better than this one, but still these blushes are going slightly, this blush is going slightly patchy, slightly, and that's what I was saying. The consistency felt slightly chalky as well and it's going slightly patchy. So I'll have to work a little extra hard on this one. Now it's time to try out their makeup fixer. Now this one retails rupees 249. It looks very tiny, especially for a makeup fixer and especially for a person like me who likes to take like a quick little shower, and it feels like a very, very tiny package. How much is this? This is 50 ml. So yeah, this is a tiny, tiny, tiny size. Now my only hope with this one is that it's a fine mist because I hate when makeup fixers like spit product on your face. So I'm just going to activate this first. Okay, that seems like a fine mist. It smells like jasmine. It smells like jasmine. Do we have jasmine in here? Yeah, we have jasmine extract in here. So I'm just gonna be... Okay, that is fine. But the fragrance can get a little heavy for people because it's not exactly a mellow fragrance. It is a strong fragrance. And just a little bit more for good luck. Now this makeup fixer melted all of the powders into my skin and I really like the finish on my face, but I have to say that this mist has the tendency of spitting some product in between. Like for most part the mist was quite fine and nice, but there were some bumps in between where it was like that on the face, like it was slightly blotchy. So yeah, while it's a nice affordable setting spray, there was some mishaps with the packaging in between, and plus you do only get 50 ml of product in there, although it's 250, so technically it's not that expensive. But yeah, the packaging is something I wish can be worked upon a little bit more because it's a nice spray, but that blotchiness somewhere in between is what is keeping me away from like really recommending this product to you guys. But now let's move on to the eyeshadow. So we are back onto our eyeshadow and blusher quad right here. Let me open it up. If you guys forgot how the eyeshadows look like, then this is the color story. As I was saying, this is very Charlotte Tilbury-esque. The colors really remind me of Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk eyeshadow quad. That's what it reminds me of. So let me first just swatch all of these for you guys. We have a beautiful neutral mauve color, So I'm swatching it right here. It's very close to my skin tone. Actually, it's not right now. I am really tan because I have come back from a vacation, so I'm not the color that I generally am in the winter time. This would have been very close to my skin tone in the winter time, but right now this is slightly lighter than my skin tone, and it does have a nice mauve finish to it. Then we have a nice shimmery pink shade right here, which I'm going to swatch next to this shade. Okay, that went on slightly smoothly, and that has like an intense finish. That finish is super intense. Then we have a nice shimmery copper burgundy color. I'm gonna swatch it right here. Wow, that goes on so smoothly. And lastly, we have this nice deep red, warm red sort of a color. Ooh, I just put my nail in the other shadow. Shikes. But I'm just gonna swatch this right here to complete the story. That is slightly chalky but still pigmented. Let me give you a closer look at these shadows. The shimmers look beautiful. Honestly, the shimmers are where my heart is at. So let's try all of these out. I just want to put this red copper shade all over my lid. I'm not even kidding you guys. But I'm going to start off with a nice blending brush. And I'm going to pick up this mauve shade first with this. There is some kickback in the eyeshadow. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, I'm just gonna first just tap it off, and I'm gonna start in my crease and I'm gonna build this up. This is going to be my transition color. I'm going for a very simple look because we're trying the products out. I'm not going for like an artistic look today, but just to see how these perform. Honestly, because this color is slightly lighter than my skin tone right now, I don't know how well will this show up, so I'm layering this up a little bit just to give it like a fair shot, but it's not going on patchy on the lid, which is a great point. I was worried because the blusher was slightly patchy, and I hate patchy eyeshadows. I hate patchy anything, but yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there because this is anyway like a transition shade. I don't need it to be the most pigmented or anything of that sorts, but I'm just blending this out in my crease. Just gonna go in with one more layer of this one to match it to my other eye. You can slightly see it. It's not like invisible or something, but it's not where I would ideally want my transition shade to be. But once I'm done with that, I'm gonna move on to another blender brush, but slightly more defined one this time. And I'm gonna pick up the red shade. I'm gonna pick it up a little less generously than I did with this one because this seems to be much more pigmented and this will show up on my skin tone. So I'm dusting off the excess, and again I'm going to go into my crease. So I'm first going to build it up. Ooh, look at that pigment. I'm just going to concentrate it on the outer corner, and with whatever's remaining on my brush, I'm going to go all over my crease just to define it a little bit more. Going to do the same thing on the other eye now, just applying this right here and then going in my crease. I'm also going to wrap it around my lower lash line, and these eyeshadows are blending out like a dream. They are so easy to work with and they're just so gorgeously pigmented as well. So I'm just applying it on my lower lash line to balance my upper and lower eye out. And now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with a flat shader brush like this. And I'm going to pick up this shade that I just want to put all across my eye. And even with this one, there is some kickback in the pan, like the product is slightly on the flakier side. But I'm going to dust off the excess, and I'm just going to be going, oh, look at that. Look at that. However, I do have to say, because this color has a lot of more warmth than the other shadows, like all of the other shadows seem to be more cool toned than this one, it might not be the most cohesive eyeshadow, even though it's a gorgeous color. Like even when you look at this color story swatched on my hand, this is cool tone, this is cool tone, this is cool tone, but this is a warm toned color. So it stands out in the color story is what I'm saying. If this was cool toned, then this would have been the perfect eyeshadow quad, I feel like. But for right now, I'm just going to layer it once more, and I feel like formulations like these anyway perform a little bit better with fingers, but I don't like to apply eyeshadow with my fingers, especially when I have like nails on. So I'm just going to be applying this with my brush, and it just looks so stunning. Look at that reflex. It looks so beautiful. So I'm just going to be applying it on the other eye as well. There is just a little bit of fallout, nothing too crazy, so I'm just dusting that off so that it does not stain my base. But now I'm going to move on to the last and final part, and that is going to be highlighting my inner corners. And for that, I'm going to be using this gorgeous reflective shade which almost looks wet on the skin. Like this has a beautiful sheen. So I'm just going to be picking it up on a nice detailer brush, and I'm just going to be applying it on my inner corners to make my eyes pop. So my final verdict for this product is that I love the eyeshadows. They are so beautiful, pigmented, easy to work with, go on like a dream. But the blusher is where my heart is not at because it's so patchy and it's a little difficult to work with. So honestly, here you will have to see your priorities. Do you want a nice blusher or do you want just nice eyeshadows? If eyeshadows is what you want, then you can definitely go for this one. But the blusher is not something you should have high expectations with. Now let's move on to our second last product that we have to try, and that is their stamp eyeliner. So it's a dual sided eyeliner and this one retails for 299 rupees. So on one side you have a nice thick felt liner and on the other side you have a stamp. Now I'm not the hugest fan of stamp eyeliners. I feel like I can get like a nice wing liner just with my own hands, and I do understand that takes a lot of practice, and for some people stamps might be the easier option, and that's why I was like, you know what, let's just try it out. So we're going to be doing exactly that. I'm going to be stamping my eyes first and then I'm going to be going in with the felt tip liner to connect and do the final jazzing up of the liner. So we're just going to be taking this. Let me just actually stamp it right here for you guys first so we see how it works, and my first stamp is not on my eye and then it doesn't have a full stamp and all of that. We don't want that to happen, so I'm just going to stamp it right here. Okay, that seems nice and black, but not entirely black. Like you can see the distribution of the pigment is not exactly the same. So let me stamp it a few times so that we have that set for us. Okay. I am struggling a little bit because now the stamp is not even stamping fully. Okay, let's just do it on our eyes and then we'll figure out with the other side of the liner, which I also should actually ideally just swatch it for you guys first. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place right now. So let's see how this eyeliner goes. Where should we see it? My hand is completely swatched out, so I'll see it right here. Okay, let's see it right here. That is nice. We can also do thinner lines or thicker lines. That is nice. This side is nice. I don't have an issue with this side. It's the stamp that I'm more worried about. So let's stamp them eyes. This is what I hate. I have like a thicker end. Now I'll have to thin it out with the help of my liner. But I'm just going to stamp my other side as well and try to keep them as equal as possible. What do we think? What do we think? Okay. Let me just fill in my eyes as well, like fill in my lash line too. Connect it to my lash line. I mean, you have to do this amount of work. You might as well make a wing with your liner, no? And then I'm just gonna thin it out because I hate like thicker end stamp liners, or like thicker end wing liners are not my jam. So I'm just gonna be thinning it out and just getting like a sharper wing, which I so much more prefer. Gonna do the same thing on the other side as well. First just going to connect it. I'm going to be giving more finishing touches once I'm like at least done with the basic work, because I feel like, you know how if you do something from scratch it is much more easier, but to make something that's not done right is so much more hard work. That's what I feel about this situation right now. So I'm just going to be doing my base work first and then I'm going to see what I need to correct more, how much more thickness or thinness needs to be added and all of that. So I'm just going step by step to correct the mess. My liner is much more thicker than what I would have ideally wanted it to be like, but it is what it is. I felt like the felt tip liner isn't as malleable as I would ideally want it to be for me to get like a nice precise line. So sadly, this product for me did not work out the way I would want it to work. So now let's move on to the last product we have to try, which is their mascara. This is their duo mascara. This mascara retails for rupees 349 and you have two sides because it's a duo mascara. So you have a volume side and a length side to it. So let's see what the volume wand looks like. Okay, so it's a normal plastic wand with like sharp short bristles. So let's just apply this on the lashes. I'm just going to wiggle this through the lashes and hopefully have the most voluminous lashes of my dreams. So I have my volume side mascara on this side and no mascara on this side. Do we see a difference? Do we see voluminous lashes? I feel like because of that liner, you can't even really see my mascara. But I felt like the formula is a slightly more wetter formula than what I prefer, especially when it comes to volume. I like slightly drier mascara so it can really grip onto my lashes. And right now, it's a little on the more wet side. So we're going to move on to the length side now and see if that can make any difference to this. And the wand on this one is much tinier and curved on one side and not so curved on the other side. So let me just go through with my lashes, like take this through my lashes is what I meant. I'm just taking this through my lashes and I feel like it's clumping up my lashes a little bit, but it's also adding length. Like this is genuinely adding length. Now that my lengthening mascara is also on, I feel like that really worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the lengthening mascara on my other side as well and see if it can make a difference without the volume side as well, because I really liked how it added so much length to my lashes, to my short stubby lashes. So I'm just going to wiggle this mascara wand through my lashes. The lengthening side is where it is at for me when it comes to this mascara. Both of my lashes look the same, even though I have worked so much harder on this side with the volume side and the lengthening side. But with this side, I only use the lengthening mascara and it still looks so nice. I do have to say it feels slightly clumpy, but it adds so much length to your lashes. So if you have short stubby lashes like me and if you're looking for a nice lengthening mascara, you can check this one out. It is a nice option to have. And now for the last trial of this video, which I'm fully skeptical about, I have to be honest with you guys. I'm going to go back in with my lip and cheek macaron. This is in the shade Apple Pie, the same shade I used on my cheeks earlier. I'm going to be putting this on my lips. I feel like most lip and cheek tints are meant more for cheeks than for the lips because they can wash you out, and a lot of people just apply it on the cheeks because they want a nice quick blush. But yeah, I'm going to be putting this on my lips. And a quick update about the lip balm. My lips still feel moisturized. The tint has faded away a little bit, but I did sip in water in between as well. So you have to keep that into consideration. So the tint is gone away, but the moisturization is there. My lips feel soft and nice. That's a great thing. But let's go in with this now. I'm going to be picking up a little bit of this and I'm going to be applying it on my lips. Okay, it's a nice color. It looks so different on the lips. It does not look like how it was looking like on the cheeks, obviously, because I do have like a natural color to my lips as well. It has a more soft matte finish than like a dewy glowy finish to it, I have to say that. But not bad at all. I was worried that this was going to wash me out completely, but it actually doesn't look bad at all. I'm just going to top it off with a little bit of gloss. There's no gloss in this collection, but I'll just top it off with a little bit of gloss and I think the look is actually quite fire. And with that, I'm done with my first impressions. Now, if I were to sum up this video for you guys in a yay and nay format, I will say that I love the lip and cheek tints. I think that was quite obvious. Then I love the tinted lip balm and the eyeshadows. The products that I did not like were the eyeliner and the blusher. The only down part is that the blusher and the eyeshadow are in the same palette, so you will have to prioritize for yourself. The products that I felt quite okayish about were the primer, the setting spray, and the mascara. They're not the worst, but they're not also the best. So yes, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this and found this helpful. If you did, then don't forget to comment and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world to me. I'll see you guys next time. Till then, take care and let me know which brand I should try out next. Mwah. Bye.